CaO plus CO3 in closed vessel. Yes.
This is an open vessel. This reaction is carried out in open vessel.
In lime kiln Ca, it is somewhat different reaction. It is also not reversible as well. Okay, you can do this anywhere else.
Open vessel, that's why it is not reversible.
Yes, now next is the difference between the physical change and chemical change. Now let's discuss this again. A table is given. Yes, sir, what is reversible reaction? Give any example. Is there any special thing in the case of reversible reaction? There should be a double-headed arrow will come in the case of reversible reaction. Okay, generally only this type of arrow is come in the chemical reaction, but if the reaction is reversible, then this type of arrow will come in it. Okay, from this you will get to know that this reaction is a reversible reaction. Physical change and chemical change. Now you tell one characteristics of physical change. Physical change can be reversible. Yes, chemical change. Yes, from this side. Anyone?
It is not irreversible.
Mostly irreversible. Yes. Another property of physical change.
No net mass changes.
No net mass change.
Overall net mass remains constant, but mass of specific substance changes.
Specific substance will change because due to the addition of mass of specific substance will change. Yes. Aksar. Any other property of physical change? No new substance are formed. Yes, from this side,
One or more
new substance are formed. Yes, next property from this side.
change in chemical composition.
No change in the chemical composition. Yes.
Only physical change.
Chemical composition. Only physical changes. One or more new substance. Yes. new substance are formed. Yes, one more. Sir.
Those chemical physical. Neither absorb nor heat is not absorbed or released in physical change.
Sorry.
Energy. Neither heat is absorbed nor released in physical change. Yes. Total energy is conserved. Constant.
Everywhere total energy will be conserved. No?
That chemical energy.
Heat can be, in the case of exothermic and endothermic reaction, yes. Yes, absorption of liberation, the energy involved in the physical change, and it reverse process is zero. Yes, the net energy involved in the physical change and the reverse process is zero, and whereas in the chemical chain always involve absorption or liberation of the energy in some form. Yes, in the case of chemical chain there is always the absorption or release of the chemical energy. There is a particular name for that type of reaction. When energy is absorbed in the chemical reaction, then what is the name of that reaction? Endothermic. Exothermic reaction and endothermic. What is exothermic reaction?
In which
Heat is evolved, means heat in the product side. Okay?
Heat in the product side is greater.
Means actually you have to write heat in the product side. That means actually heat is evolving in any reaction. That reaction is known as exothermic reaction. When heat is absorbed, means suppose you have to give heat to the reactant.
So that it can be equal to product. So that they can be equal to product.
When you are giving heat to the substance, that is endo. When heat is evolving, means coming out, okay, that is exo. Wait.
When extra heat is there,
Look here. It is heat in the product side. This is exothermic. When there is a heat this side, or it may be up, there is a triangular symbol for the heat. When that is on the arrow, that is come in the under the category of endothermic reaction. Simply exothermic is heat is evolved or heat is absorbed. For example, C plus O2 is equal to CO2 plus heat. In most of the anything is burnt, then there is a release of energy. Most of the burning reactions are exothermic.
Heat on the product side less than that of heat gives heat plus
Next is the example of endothermic reaction. CaCO3. When you go through with all the things, and you will understand and you will memorize these things.
How we can calculate the total?
No, there is no way to calculate that. Actually, what happens when there is a breaking of bond? Actually, energy is released due to that. Okay. So it is a little bit difficult to recognize either there is a exothermic or endothermic reaction. But
breaking of bond, heat is released, but in combination of body, heat is taken now.
next in product, sir, there will be combination as well. If there is breaking, there will be combination. Then how you use it? If it is exothermic.
I am saying it. You have to learn this. There is no criteria to recognize directly from either it is endothermic or exothermic. You can balance the chemical equation only. To recognize, you must have to go through with this. Actually, when happen most of the burning reaction, if you see when there is a burning reaction, then it is always the exothermic reaction.
It is written that in exothermic reaction, when the sum of the heat contents of the product side is less than to that of reactant.
Yeah.
This heat is there.
So
It should be less now, but heat is there in it.
but here it is less. It is extra heat.
Yes.
That is why it is the exothermic, na?
Heat is being moved, that's why there is less heat.
CaO plus CO2. When you heat calcium carbonate, then it will be break down into calcium oxide, carbon dioxide. Okay. In this reaction, you have to heat. Okay. Or what? Instead of writing heat here, you can write minus heat here as well. Okay. This is the exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction, and the next is photochemical reaction. The chemical reaction which proceeds with the absorption or evolution of the light energy is called photochemical reaction. And after that, there is a burning. Let's conclude here. Yes. So what we discussed today? We started from the physical change and chemical change, and then we discussed about different type of chemical reactions. Yes. You have to explain one chemical reaction. Any of one chemical reaction you have to explain. Any one chemical reaction. We discussed nearby 7 to 8 chemical reaction. Any, just explain. If you are not able to give the example, no, don't worry. Just explain. Any. What's your name? Sayyidul Rahman. You didn't write your name on your paper? No. Okay, yes, give any example.
So there's reaction example. Reaction example or
Chemical reaction, any chemical reaction. There are so many chemical reactions. Now we discussed, what we discussed today? You didn't remember any reaction? Combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement, photochemical, exo, indo. You can say any example, just explain any one.
combination reaction in that two that reactants combine to make a product.
Yes, two substance combine and make a product. That is the combination reaction. Yes. You.
Redox reaction.
Yes, explain that. Good one.
Redox in which there is a equation. Then removal of oxygen is reduction and addition of oxygen is oxidation.
Good.
And if loss of electron is
I am asking, you have said redox. Just explain that only.
in which equation in which simultaneous redox and oxidation is there, that is called
Reduction and oxidation.
reduction and oxidation is there, that is called redox reaction.
Yes. Tell three physical change and chemical change. Three characteristics.
Folding of paper,
Kya?
tearing of paper, in physical,
Yeah.
breaking of glass, and freezing of water.
Freezing. Yeah. Good.
Chemical change, burning of water.
Burning of anything.
Burning of anything.
Yes.
Then CaCO3, when you heat with Ca
Yeah.
plus O2 and C plus O3. AgNO3 plus BaCl2 gives AgCl2 plus BaCl2.
Okay. Any chemical change you can say. Yes. I will. Yes, sir. What are the characteristics of physical change and chemical change? Tell three characteristics. Irreversible in which case? Mostly irreversible. Say mostly. Actually, few are reversible as well. So you can't say only irreversible. Yes. And physical one?